Always a good time.
Good morning and welcome to Bay Area Focus. I'm your host, Ann Makovic, and we have a lot to talk about this morning. The environment, some advice for new moms, but first, wine time. It is almost that time for the holidays, of course, so why not get a jump start on some gift ideas? And wine is always a hit. You can't complain about it. Jeff Zappelli, he is the general manager of WALT Wines, here with us to talk about some of your most popular wines.
Thank you.
It's the fall, so we're sort of going from the white and the rosés to the reds.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly what we're up to right now. We're in the middle of harvest. Actually, we're in the middle of our red grape harvest right now, so Pinot Noir and Cabernet are on our mind. We've got a lot of fruit coming into the winery, and it's fun to be up there right now to see it all happen. And especially this time of year, there's so much energy going on, and when we'd like to share that with our guests. So.
And I know that Sonoma County right now is in sort of the midst of a comeback after last year's devastating fires. Your tasting room in Sonoma has been there the whole time.
Yep. Yeah, no, we are fortunate. I mean, there were definitely some people that were less fortunate. We had some staff that were affected by the fires, but overall, we want to say that the wine country is open. We're open for business. We're ready to go. We're looking forward to you joining us at the tasting room.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know that there were a lot of concerns about the quality of the grapes when it came to all the smoke from the fires.
Yeah.
But you're saying luckily yours were not affected by this.
Pinot Noir was 100% in by the time the fires happened. So in general, the 27 vintage for Pinot Noir is completely unblemished. All of our wines are very high quality. And then for Cabernet Sauvignon in Napa Valley, and especially through the Sonoma Valley, you had some fire damage there. You've got some different things going on. But what I would say is we're about quality, we're about playing the long game, and so we're not going to put any of those wines, any of those grapes into our wines. We're going to deliver something that's high quality, and I think that's the message that a lot of the Napa Valley wants to sell right now.
Okay, absolutely.
So,
All right, so you're saying that this year's harvest was very good. I will be the judge of that, though. How about that?
Yeah, so we have two wines for you today to judge. Okay. I like that. We'll talk about that. So Pinot Noir is what WALT is known for. So we're owned by Craig and Catherine Hall. Her maiden name was WALT. She grew up in Berkeley. She and Craig started a winery in 1996, and her first wine was Catherine Hall. And then later on in 2010, we started making Pinot Noir under her father's name. So our basically our best wine, our signature Pinot Noir, is Bob's Ranch. So that is named for her father, who was a grape grower in Mendocino. So we renamed that after him, and since it's Bob Walt. So that's the first one we actually have to try today.
Okay, this is the Pinot.
This is the Pinot, and so this wine's going to be on your right, and it's on my left. So Pinot Noir is, as opposed to Cabernet, is really very food friendly. I'm not taking anything away from the structure of Cabernet, but this is such a dynamic wine. It's a bit of a chameleon. It can go with a lot of different foods. It can go with red meats and lamb and game food, but it also has the ability to go with tuna and salmon and spicy food. So you can actually get into a lot of different things. So
some Indian or Thai.
Yeah, absolutely. Thai food's beautiful with Pinot Noir. And this wine itself has a little bit more flavor, a little bit more concentration. It's got different layers of flavors as you kind of go through it aromatically. If you get into it, you get the big dark fruit, a little bit of red fruit. And
I'm into it.
You're into it? All right. And I think you could, if you think about Thanksgiving, you need to stock up on wine for Thanksgiving. I have a huge family. They all descend on me every year. So I ply them with Pinot Noir, and that's, it's the perfect gift.
It's the recipe for a great party, that's for sure.
Well, cheers. Yeah,
cheers.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right.
And then what we do at the holidays is we actually feature these two wines together. So we call it our heritage set.
It is really good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I'm talking you into it now, huh? Yeah, I can do that.
Doesn't take that much, but
It's okay. So when you put these two wines together, it's the best gift that you can bring to anybody's house. There are so many events that you go to. Probably you get invited to a number of different holiday events.
Yes.
And you guys have to get up really early in the morning too. Yeah. So you always want to have two, right? One for the one for the hostess, and then
one to drink at the party.
Yeah. So these two play really well together, because if you were to actually go back and forth, you've got two different styles. So you can actually allow the host or the hostess to decide which one they want to put out, which one they want to put away. Both will age really well. Cabernet Sauvignon probably a little bit longer than Pinot Noir, but they have a lot of length in life. And so if you went to the Catherine Hall Cabernet, so this is the wine that we are most known for. This is our signature wine for both the Hall label and the WALT label. It's really what got things going, but it's a more feminine style of Cabernet. It tends to be, it has all of those characteristics of big tannins, big flavors, big big structure, but it's in a much more kind of integrated, soft, lush mid-palate.
Which is nice because a lot of cabs are too much for people.
Yeah.
They're kind of intimidating.
Especially in the 2015 vintage. This is probably one of the best vintages we've seen in the last maybe 20 years in Napa Valley. At least we think so. You will
Again,
be the judge.
I'll be the judge.
But you can see that it has
Very
that
good.
richness and tannin in the mid-palate. This is something that we really look for in all of our wines, but Catherine Hall really does this distinctly. It has the ability to really cross the palate and kind of in a ubiquitous way bring everything together.
It is good. It is good. I would try my hand at saying there's hints of this and that, boysenberry and whatever, but I'm not even gonna start it. It's so difficult, I think, for a lot of people who are not big connoisseurs to sort of get into the tasting game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's very intimidating, right? You approach it and you've got someone like me who's like, I get this and that and the other thing, but this is what I do every day.
So what would you say you get out of that cab?
Well, so Catherine Hall for me at Harvest has got this volcanic minerality. So minerality is, it's kind of more of that secondary flavor that you get in the palate. It's big and buoyant and dark fruit, and you get that, blackberry and cassis, and it's all kind of right there. But then what I love about Catherine Hall is it blends that kind of the exchange of acid and flavor comes through the minerality. And then there's also at Harvest. So right now we haven't harvested this. We're probably going to harvest this wine in a couple weeks. It has this kind of pungent truffle, which is really, really amazing to have. It becomes such an integrated part of the wine, but it's really evident right at Harvest.
All right, well, I'm buying what you're selling.
All right, that's good.
Jeff, thank you so much for coming in and bringing us some wine. For more information about WALT Wines, you can go to their website, waltwines.com. Coming up, Save the Redwoods when Bay Area Focus returns right after this.
Cheers.